All right, good morning, folks. Hey, listen, it's time to move on, but I want to show you all something very quickly. You may have noticed that a video has been removed, video removed for inappropriate content. The video that I did where I showed someone spamming my channel. Wonder who filed that. That's okay. We've taken the necessary measures now. Anyway, so let's move on to what we do. And today I'm going to give you a folder, the alien hieroglyph folder right here. And let's get back to what we do instead of fighting with hypocrites. And let's get down to what we do. Okay, let's do this. All right. I want to show you all something because I don't have a lot of time this morning. I've got someone coming over. We've got a lot of work this morning to do that doesn't involve YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a little mind blower just to show you what's coming. There are 4 videos that are coming that is all supernatural information. So let's have a look. Let me show you Donald Trump's logo. It's a dragon. I mean his coat of arms. It's a dragon. It's the head of a dragon. Mouth open right here. There's the eye of the dragon, the head of the dragon. And he's got the double-headed phoenix right there down at the bottom. There it is. Okay, I've shown you before. This way, it's the head of a dragon. This way, it's the head of the locust. So you got 2 different things on it, one facing one way, one facing another. Let me show you another dragon. This is absolutely staggering. Okay, let me show you what this is. This is mind-blowing. Okay, here's the face of a dragon. Here's the eye. Here's the eye. Here's the nose. Here's the open mouth right here. What you're actually looking at is people have asked me to do a video on the pillars at St. John's Cathedral. I've already done that years ago. The Lord had me revisit it because now it came into play with a bunch of other stuff. So now everything is meshing up perfectly. Watch this. Watch this. Okay, so you see this head of the dragon right there? There's the eye. There's the eye. Obviously coming down the nose, the open mouth. That's actually one of the pillars at St. John's Cathedral. But we applied the truth to it. Those who hide their plans, they turn everything upside down. Sorry, that was my phone call for work this morning. But I want to give this to you guys first. Watch this. So here's this dragon that's part of the Donald Trump coat of arms. Here is a dragon that's St. John's Cathedral, but I turned the pillar upside down, just like if you want to see the truth, you have to turn everything upside down. So there's the face of the dragon. Now here's a child that's birthing. There's a child coming out upside down because that is how you're birthed into the dragon's system. Okay, you come in upside down. That's why Peter was crucified upside down. And so there it is. I mean, that is just obvious a dragon. So I was like, wow, check it out. But watch how good these artists are. This is pretty amazing stuff. So let me go back here. Let me go this way. So let's turn this right side up and let me show you that it's one of the pillars. It's St. John's Cathedral. And let's do this one right here. And then I'll show it to you with no augmentation whatsoever. Okay, so this is obviously the female anatomy. I did not make the pillar. It is plain and simply the female anatomy. And there is a child birthing from out of the female. Look what this part of the female anatomy is. It's a sheep. Now let me tell you something. If everybody's blatantly honest about everything, what runs the whole planet? Just what gets the whole population the population? Sex. That's what does it. And there's a driving force in females and there's a driving force in males. And it's that the pleasure of, sin, fornication. All those other things that come with it. And so here we go. So this is the female anatomy. Here is a child coming out. This is part of the female anatomy, the clitoris, because that is how the enemy controls the flesh. The Bible says if you follow the desires of the flesh, you will die. There it is. And so people are following the desires of the flesh, and that's how the poor little sheep are all led astray because their flesh controls them. Now, I want to show you guys these ovaries. I probably should have left it full screen. Let me show you the ovaries. This is fascinating. And then we're going to go look at the hieroglyph of Akhenaten and Nefertiti. This is impossible. Ready? Watch this. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Look what the ovaries are right here. Oh my goodness. That's a mummy, folks. Look at it. It's all wrapped up. Now, I just want to tell you, look, on the pictures that I augment for you, I draw on the lines, on my computer so you can see it easily. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out of the image so you can see the image itself, easily because I've augmented it for you. And then I'm going to back out of the augmentation with no augmentation. You'll be going like, oh my gosh, it is absolutely there. All I did was draw on their changes of shadow. Okay, so anyway, so let me show you what this is. Look, here's one ovary that's a mummy. So that's death. That represents also the Pharaoh. Who was put into a sarcophagus? The Pharaoh, because he was considered a god, right? Okay, so they would put the Pharaoh and they would mummify the pharaohs. Okay, look over here. What's in this ovary? Look, it's a human. You see, there's one and there's another one. So there's a mummy and there's this human guy. You can see his face right there. This guy's totally wrapped up, this ovary. So death and life are birthed into the same child that's coming out. Do you get it? Life and death are birthed into the exact same host body. Life and death are in you. That's right. Amazing. And that's the dragon's system. So let's back out. Let me show you how this plays into the hieroglyph of Akhenaten and Nefertiti. Again, here is the hieroglyph of Akhenaten and Nefertiti. Here's the Pharaoh. Okay, here is the Pharaoh. And I have this in a higher res on here's the Pharaoh. Remember, he's a guy that gets wrapped up like a mummy. And here's the alien inside the Pharaoh, which these guys get wrapped up as mummies in sarcophagus. Okay, well, look over here. Here's the sheep right here upside down. There's the eye of the sheep. There's the ear. There's the nose. There's the tongue. But the sheep is upside down. So you have the Pharaoh and the sheep, and this whole thing is the female reproductive system again. So how in the world did they get the female reproductive system right all the time without having electron microscopes way back then in the days of the pharaohs? How did some guy carve that into stone? Because a spirit that is the God of this world did it through them. And what you're going to see like later today, you're going to see just the pervasiveness of how huge this is going to expand your mind. You're going to be so far outside the box. By the time I show you the rest of this stuff, it's going to blow your mind. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Here we go. Let's go back to it. Okay, so again, look what we have right here. A face of a dragon, St. John's pillars. Remember, there's St. John's pillars. It's got waves of the ocean destroying New York City. See right there? So here you have, this was done by a spirit. Look at this. Is that a spear? Is this a spear tip? Is that a shaft of a spear? Let's look at it in full size. Absolutely. That is a spear shaft. That's a spear tip. Just cleverly put in front of your face. And what's the spear tip doing? It's destroying New York City with what? Waves. Isn't that fascinating? That's what's printed on your $10 bill. That's what's printed on your $100 bill. Okay? So there you go. Now, watch this. I gotta get back to the main. There we go. Okay. So now let me show you another image of a dragon. And this is just the exercising of a spiritual gift. Not like people who have really weird dreams. This is real. Here is the face of a dragon. Here is the eye of a dragon. Here's the eye of a dragon. Here's the ear of a dragon. Here's the ear of a dragon. The eye of a dragon. The eye of a dragon. The nose of the dragon. The front. You know what? Let me enlarge it so we don't get that view in full size. There we go. So this is the dragon. Here is the eye of the dragon. Here is the eye of the dragon. Look at the nose of the dragon. Watch this. You see? That is Lucifer coming through the archway. See, coming through the archway. Remember in Grand Junction when I stood at that, my hotel was right across the street from an archway that was freestanding? That was so crazy. And the meaning of the address and the whole thing, that was just unbelievable. So here you go. So here's the face of the dragon. Eye of the dragon, eye of the dragon. Lucifer and the virgin coming through the arch, birthing into this system. So the dragon right here is the cumulative sum of all the people that make up the entire image. Do you understand? Because that is the dragon. The whole host body system is the dragons. Do you get it? Because the flesh is the dragons. That's why if you want to go to heaven, you have to be born of the Spirit. You have to be born again. It all makes sense now. What does the Bible say? The flesh is in opposition to the Spirit. They are in opposition. You know what opposition means? One facing one way, one facing the other way. Like two magnets that won't go together. They're in opposition. But when you go like that, they come together. It's easy. That's what has to happen inside of you. So look at the whole Sistine Chapel is a dragon. The whole wall is a dragon. And it's made up of the cumulative sum of all the people that were painted onto the wall. And what the Lord had me do was to block in the shadows. Now I'm showing you St. John's Cathedral. The pillar of a child birthing is the face of a dragon. Do you see a common denominator now? Wow. What about Donald Trump's logo, or coat of arms? I'm sorry. It has a dragon. I mean, we're going to get into this in a little later in the day, and it's got a double-headed phoenix because the dragon rules and the serpent. Y'all know that the serpent and the dragon and the devil and Satan, they're the same, right? Let's go find a scripture that proves that. Let's see. I'm having trouble seeing here. And I saw that. Okay, Revelation 20. Revelation 12. Here we go. Revelation 12, verse 9. Let's do that one. Okay, because that clarifies for everybody. Clarifies. Revelation 12. Revelation 12. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. And see, look, and that great dragon was cast out. That old serpent. So the serpent is the dragon, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, and he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Okay, so we know that the great dragon was cast out, and we know that the great dragon is also that old serpent called the devil and Satan. Okay, well, let's go look at another dragon in the show notes, because now I've shown you dragon, dragon, dragon. I've shown you 3 dragons, and let's go to this folder right here, dragon, St. Mary's Church, Queen. Okay, let me show you this. Watch this. Now, y'all know that the Vatican, facing this way is a serpent. Okay, well, we know that that great dragon, that old serpent called the devil. So you know that the dragon, the serpent, the devil, and Satan are all the same. Now, let me go right here. Okay, so you know that the Vatican is a serpent, and if you go behind the crown of the serpent, here's the serpent wearing a crown. You go behind the crown, there's the split-tongued sidewalk going to the halls of government for the people of this world because they speak truth and lies. That's why in order to be one of God's children, you need to speak only truth, unlike other people I know. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. So watch this. Let's look at the image of the Vatican facing the opposite direction as the serpent. So we're going to look at the whole Vatican, and there you go. The whole building is the dragon coming up out of the sea. That's why I put this crocodile right here, because it looks like a dragon. And if you slide this right over on here, you'll see this is the dragon. Here's the nose, here's the nose, here's the nose, going down the face, going down the face. There's the eye, you know, the bump on the eye, there's the bump on the eye. And he's wearing a crown, and so here he is, and he's coming up out of the sea. That's what the street or the pavement all around this building is. And it doubles as so many things. It's really amazing. I mean, on just analytical level, it's like, wow, that's pretty amazing stuff. So let's do this. Let's take this image of the dragon coming up out of the sea, and let's just slide it right over there. See, there it is. See, it's the dragon. So now we know unequivocally that in the Vatican, the Sistine Chapel, the entire thing is the face of the dragon. There it is. No doubt about it. There's the dragon. We know that the entire cumulative sum of the Vatican itself is a dragon wearing a crown coming up out of the sea. And so I've cropped this image right here and I put it side by side. Look, there you go. There it is. Perfect. Okay, so now, let me go back to that. So somehow we got out of it. Okay, there we go. And so now we have, let's see. I'm going to click on this image right here. There you go. Look at that. So here's the eye of the dragon, nose of the dragon, open mouth of the dragon. And you know, I can't slide this one over. It doesn't really slide in that size. But here's the face of a dragon. There's an image of a dragon next to it. So dragon, dragons, and more dragons. Well, when the serpent was cast out, that old dragon called the devil and Satan, he occupies host bodies. That's why the pillar at St. John's Cathedral is a human being being birthed, and that human being that's being birthed is the nose of the dragon, which is identical to what I just showed you. Watch. Okay, let me show you the nose of the dragon right here in the Sistine Chapel. There you go. Look at the nose. What's the nose of the dragon? It's Lucifer coming through the arch with the Virgin, because he would birth the first, he would birth the first hybrid child with Cain into the system. The serpent and Eve producing the first child, Cain. That's why the second child was Abel, Cain and Abel. Cainable. The system is cannibalistic. Okay? And that's why I had a company called Vampires. Now, here we go. Now let's look at this. Let's look at this birthing situation. So there is the child birthing, but that's the wrong direction. And here the ovaries are. And here is the female anatomy. Let's just turn it upside down. When you turn it upside down, it becomes the dragon. Look what the nose of the dragon is. It's the human host body. See it? Here's the human host body. Have you ever heard of the term hidden right under your nose? There it is. Wow. Okay, I'll just keep this video this long. I'm gonna make it short and to the point. I got a lot of stuff to do. Yeah, and we'll be back this afternoon with more data. All right, God bless.